Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Player Stake, episode 83. I'm your host, Justin DeSimone, joined by my co-host, man without a nickname, Montrell Rice. And then,
that's what I like to
she
hear.
does have a nickname. She likes Catwoman, Tiara Atari.
Yes. Okay, so before we go into this, okay, Catwoman is a hill that I will die on. Happily.
I mean, we talked about this at work today that we needed to discuss this with you on the show.
Yes.
You tweet some wild shit, like you retweet some wild shit. And I contemplate it sometime, but this I almost unfollowed you because I'm like, what are you talking about?
You know how many times I've seen Catwoman since it came out?
You saw it multiple times.
No, she's a Catwoman fangirl. Oh no!
Catwoman came out in 2004, and I've seen it a lot since 2004, specifically for Halle Berry, and that's crazy. That's crazy that you say she didn't embody Catwoman. Now,
she did.
Now, as Catwoman is a DC comic movie, trash.
Yeah,
okay.
Right? It had nothing to do with DC Comics.
Nothing. Okay.
But I'm talking about her acting. Like, I'm talking about when I see her as she wasn't even her name wasn't even Selena Kyle. It was like Patience or something.
Yeah.
Like, but
trash.
like when I see her as
how
Catwoman,
did she get her Tiara? How did she get her power?
What a movie!
She got bit by a cat.
She's like Spider-Man.
Like Spider-Man. But that's what
No. She didn't tell you the whole story. What happened? She died. That cat
revived
her.
She died. She drowned. I thought I said it was like a zombie cat. I thought that's what I said. Yeah, she died. She died. She drowned in the huge pipe. Yep. And then the cat came. It was like a Sphinx cat, like one of those broad hair cats.
The ones without the hair, yeah.
Yeah. It was one of those. I'm pretty sure it was one of those. And
why was that in a city? What?
Okay, wait. I'm just saying. This was coming to mind right now. I haven't seen that movie in a while, but I really feel like it was one of it was like a Sphinx cat.
Are you gonna watch it tonight? Are you gonna watch it tonight after we're done? Because
is it on Netflix? I
think it's on Hulu or Netflix. One of those.
I may.
I'm sure you can buy it for like 30 cents because no one wants to watch it besides you.
I would say, yeah. I'm going to see how Shane feels about it.
Don't put the man through that. Don't put him through that.
Let's see what he feels about it.
Okay.
But I'm just saying. What I'm saying. My thing is her acting as Catwoman specifically, like not her like acting, but just like her embodiment of Catwoman, the way she moved. The way she spoke, like everything was just Catwoman. Like it's like playing an Arkham game, right? Like, and so that's why I watched the movie. That's why I liked the movie. Once I was able to disassociate it from it being a DC comic movie,
the bad parts,
then it was fine. But I watched it for her.
What about how do you feel about the basketball scene? Is that like is that a bad scene in the movie or?
I like the way she moved around. Like, you don't like the way she moved around? She moved around like a cat.
I just heard the groan.
It was cool. I liked
it. He goes, oh.
I mean, the detective sucked, but
both of them
cool.
sucked. She was double dribbling.
She never said she was LeBron James. She just said. If I just got cat powers, I never played basketball a day in my life. If I just got cat powers, I might be double dribbling too.
I'm gonna be honest. Like I said to Montrell, I'm like a fat white dude, and I'm pretty sure I could do most of the things she did in that scene. Like it's so lame. Like everything about it's so lame.
I like it.
I can't believe what I'm
like.
No,
I like it.
Admittedly, she looked good in the Catwoman outfit. That was like the only redeeming quality about this movie. She looked really good in that outfit.
It's no way you're gonna say that she didn't move like Catwoman. It's no way. Like
that wasn't her moving. That was like 3D animation.
Oh it doesn't matter. It's attributed to her character. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. That's like I said. You're saying that she didn't do her own stunt, so it don't count. Like that is true. It does count.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. That she didn't do her own stunt.
Why did they just call her like the Sphinx or something like that? Like why did they call her Catwoman?
I don't know why.
Or like Black Cat or something.
I don't know why.
Yeah, why didn't they just call her something like
Catwoman.
that? Like, why did they just?
Called Catwoman.
That's not Catwoman. Catwoman swings with a whip. Like she's pretty much a lighter version of Batman. Like how she traverses, she got different gadgets and how she steals and everything.
She didn't have a whip.
She in the movies she did have a whip, but in the scene she was jumping from building to building. That was pure like I'm a cat. I'm using my claws and I'm jumping from building to building.
I'm using my suction cup.
That's literally what Catwoman does. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. When she's doing her thieving thing and she's breaking into shit, like she's running on roofs and she's doing all of that stuff.
Bro, she was moving like Spider-Man though. Like Catwoman does it like if there's like a
didn't we just establish that she got her powers?
I mean,
like
there's
Spider-Man?
A lot of correlations to Spider-Man in this movie.
Didn't we just establish that though? That she got beat by a cat, now she got cat powers. That's different than Selena Kyle, right? That's Selena Kyle who doesn't have any powers. That's different. Like she actually got bit by a cat and had cat powers.
This is Spider-Man. They were like, yo, I want to make Spider-Man.
It doesn't matter if it's a Spider-Man clone or not.
It came out after Spider-Man, Montrell. We thought it was
came out
before
before Spider-Man. It came out before Spider-Man. Spider-Man came out in 2006, bro.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The idea of
you're wrong.
The idea of getting bit by something and then gaining powers comes from Spider-Man. It doesn't matter.
Spider-Man 3.
If it's in a movie form or not, like that's Spider-Man comics are old. It doesn't matter. Like the idea
3 came out in
Spider-Man 3 came out in 2007. So there's no way that Spider-Man 1 came out in 2006.
Oh, it came out in 2002. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But what I'm saying is that it doesn't matter. Like the logic is there. She got bit by a cat.
And she got cat powers.
And that's why she moves like a cat. Like the logic is there. Look, you know what? Like I said,
it's not there.
I am there.
Grade A comic book stuff, you know.
This movie maybe would have worked.
I am Rampart on this hill. Me and my Gatling gun. Like
I appreciate you defending yourself. I really do.
This would have worked if the movie was called something else. They could have called it like The Sphinx or something like that. I don't fucking know. Black Cat or fucking Stray Cat. I don't fucking know. The Feline.
Stray Cat.
Like the feline woman.
The feline. I like that one. Yeah, the feline.
Like the feline or something like that, right?
Really posh.
Catwoman. They went with Catwoman literally off the name, and then somebody wrote this script, and it was like, "Oh, comic book fans are gonna love this." And this
is like a core. Like I was correlating this, like the what the video game industry has dealt with for like 15 years with like Suits deciding what games should have as content. That was what was happening back in the early 2000s in movies, where like Suits, who had no idea what the fuck Catwoman was, were deciding what the plots of these movies were supposed to be, and it's like, yeah.
Tiara, how are you not offended by that plot? It's like, oh, bad skin cream. Oh my goodness, we're gonna take over the world with that, or some shit like that. It was the worst.
Why would I be offended? I actually like that storyline. It was geared towards women.
I think
exactly. It was so stupid.
So because something is geared towards women, it's stupid.
No, I'm not saying that it's geared to. It was fucking like it was patriot. It was like what's the word I'm looking for? Pandering. Like it was really pandering. Like that's how I feel about it. Like it was like super pandering. Like it was not a good storyline in my opinion.
Yeah. I feel like Tiara is like really kind of standing for Halle Berry more than the movie at this point. Like I can
care less about the actual writing of the movie. It was Halle Berry specifically. Like
if they made another Catwoman movie with Halle Berry that was actually good, you know, would you discard this movie and just let it die in the flames of forgetfulness? I guess I don't know.
Is it a DC?
Yeah, sure.
Catwoman?
Yeah. No, it's good. Everything is like perfect with the comics and everything's great. It's got a great plot, you know, like.
Yeah, probably. I probably never watch it again because now I would have an actual Catwoman.
You'd have a real Catwoman movie with Halle Berry in it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind Catwoman as a Halle Berry or Halle Berry as Catwoman again. I think she can do a good job if she had the right director and the right like team with her. Like, right.
For me, it's all like when I think about who plays a good superhero character, it's all about who embodies that character the best. And you know, if you don't embody the character, it doesn't matter to me how good your acting skills is. If I can't look at you and say, all right, I believe you as that character, then I don't.
I mean, I'm not a comic book person, but that person that she was embodying was completely made up, right?
Yeah,
I mean, they're all made up.
But no, like it's not based off any like lore. Established lore in DC. Okay, so who was she embodying? Because it wasn't Catwoman.
I guess a fake Catwoman, but
fake Catwoman. Oh, Catwoman in the alternate
this is Earth
Bizarro universe.
This is Earth 2 Catwoman.
Brainiac has his own Earth where this is the Catwoman from that Earth or something, But all right, we've been going for 10 minutes on this. This is a video game podcast. The people want video games. Let's give them some video games. So, for those of you who haven't listened before, this is our weekly show where we talk about video games, video game news, and other topics pertaining to video games. We post 6 a.m. Central Time on Fridays on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and your favorite podcast app of choice. We also post on Mondays on YouTube, 6 a.m. Central Time. And I still have Let's Plays going on YouTube for Brigandine, The Legend of Renertia. We are hitting the home stretch with those. By the time you hear next week's episodes, they will be complete. We will be done with the playthrough. 24 episodes done. So check those out as well. All right. Let's start like we always do with what we've been playing. Who wants to start this week?
I guess I'll start. I'll just
okay.
I mean, it's gonna be quick. So I just been playing some more Sekiro and a little bit of League of Legends. Got a little further in Sekiro. I took a break from it, but I'm coming back to it, and I'm about to fight Al for the first time, or I did fight him for the first time. It's pretty tough. But I feel like I can probably beat him by this. You said what?
It's a fun fight, right?
Yeah, it is a fun fight. I like the way he fights. He fights just like you, honestly.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully I can finish this game by the weekend, but I don't know. That's a stretch.
Yeah.
But that's it for me.
Okay. I've actually not been gaming as much myself either. Ever since I've beaten Sekiro, I felt a deep void in my heart that no game can clearly fill. So I played a little Fall Guys.
Are you a Sekiro boy now?
I am a Sekiro boy. I'm officially in the team. I don't know if the rest of them feel that way, but I'm there, baby. I beat the game and I'm good to go. So I have been playing Fall Guys and just a little bit. And I gotta say, on Sunday, I got into a groove with Fall Guys where I won 5 games in about 3 hours.
Oh, so you're cheating?
And I was fucking fuck you. You fucking asshole. I felt really good. And then I played the game on Monday and I won one more game, but then I sucked for the rest of the night. And then I played on Tuesday and it was awful. Like it was a horrible session. So I felt like I figured something out on Sunday and then I lost it by Monday. So I don't know what the fuck is going on with this game, but I'm having fun with it still. So I'm still playing it. I did get the hot dog costume, which my wife wanted me to get, really badly. So we got that now. All right, we're working our way towards.
Why did she want that?
I don't know. She thought it was a cute costume, so But otherwise, I did try to play Divinity Original Sin 2 twice this week for about an hour and a half each session, and I don't know why, but I just cannot get into it. I don't know. I think like my post Sekiro blues are maybe hurting this game, but I don't feel like I have the patience for a CRPG right now, so I don't know if I'm going to play this in the immediate future, but I know it's a good game, but I don't know, I'm just not feeling it. So that's all I've been playing though, pretty much. Otherwise I've been too busy. So Tiara, what about you? What have you been playing?
I've not really been playing anything except Pokemon Sword. That's literally all I have time to play. Is like in between different things. Like the beginning of the school year is always the busiest. Like I'm so busy. It's
of course, right.
So it's just like, and like just little 15-minute breaks every now and then I may play Pokemon Sword. But yeah, I am looking forward to getting on top of my work to turn on one of my systems.
I feel you. Like I've had the same issue this past week and a half. Like work has been like fucking killing me. And I've been really busy off work too, doing stuff around the house. Yeah. So it's like I'm tired right now. I'm
tired of adulting.
Yeah.
I just say to myself, I didn't even ask to be born. The burden of adulting should not be on me.
I know, right? How unjust this world is that it forces us to become adults. Like
I know.
That's actually
and then it's even more cruel because they glamorize it as a child. And so you aim for it, you yearn for it. I can't wait to grow up. Yeah. And then you grow up and you realize it was all a scam.
Yeah, it's horrible. Like everything becomes like unfun and depressing. Like, and you don't You don't have any joy in anything anymore. Like I
don't know if it's just me, but I was a fucking stupid ass teenager. Like I think back about some of the shit that I had the privilege of having. I'm staying in the house playing the video games rent free, literally. Yeah. I know people say that you stay in their mind rent free, but I was staying in the house rent free, and I fucked all that up because I turned 18.
Like, dude, I was very cognizant. I was around the age of 15, 16. I became very cognizant of the fact that I really need to enjoy the next like 4 years of my life because it's all downhill from there. Like, I saw all the people around me, and I was like, man, I don't know if that. I don't really look forward to that. I'm gonna enjoy.
It's something surreal. Like I had a couple friends who were like older than me, and it's real surreal when they graduated, and you just saw how they had to be. Like the whole mannerism changed once they left high school. They like weren't the same. Like, dang, it's like you only been out of school for like a year, and they're like, yeah, I have to grind, man. I gotta get to work done. I'm like, dang, okay. Like it's just a different mentality when people graduate. But that's funny.
Yeah. Well, my wife and I were talking about sports because somebody like Dak Prescott talked about his depression this week because his brother committed suicide a few months ago.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, we were talking about it, and it ended up coming to the like conclude. Like I don't remember. Like we talked about a bunch of stuff related to that, but it was about like how the players like celebrate and everything, and how some people have a problem with that. And I was like I was making the argument that like, what the fuck? It's like a sport. Let them have fun or whatever. And I was like they got into football because it was fun, right? They didn't get into football because they're like, oh, I want to make a job out of this. Like that wasn't what you did when you were 5. Like it was fun to you, and it's like. As you get older, the thing reverses on you. Like you get into sports because it's fun, and eventually you stay in it because it's a job, and it's like you can make money off of it. It's not fun anymore. It's like
and you can make a lot of money off of it.
It's so fucking depressing when you think about that. Like becoming an adult just like sucks the fun out of everything. It really does. So, anyways, Tiara, anything you want to say about Pokemon Sword? That any new milestones you've hit in the game?
I just found out that the weather changes every day at midnight, so real time every 24 hours.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And certain Pokemon only come out in certain weather conditions.
Okay.
So I had to Google it because I was like, how do you change the weather? Because that's
you can manipulate the console clock or whatever, right?
Yeah, but I ain't trying to do all that. I'll just
I've done that for Pokemon before.
I'll just wait. Yeah, and so now I'm at this part. So I got all 8 of the badges, but now I'm at this part where I'm supposed to find like the real it's like I don't know what they call them, like referees for the league or whatever. And it's supposed to be like an imposter or whatever.
Oh my god, yeah, the part where you're like chasing the dude around the fucking city for like 20 minutes.
Yeah. And I didn't know. So I feel like I talked to everybody, and I don't know where he is. So that's why I just went back to the WoW area, and that's where I've been. That's where I've been ever since, because I was just like, I literally feel like I went around and around.
Did you check the phone booth?
Did I check the phone booth? I don't know. Let me go check the phone booth. Because I'm like, I'm on the last one for sure. I found him at least 3 times. So I'm on the last one.
Okay. Yeah.
And I just want to beat the champion and get my, ring and then be over with.
Mm-hmm. All right. Fair enough. And that's all you've been playing?
Yeah. That's all I have been playing. I would like to play the Outer Worlds. The Outer Worlds is actually pretty hard, honestly. I keep dying. I'm not a fan. But I'm actually playing on the hardest difficulty, but I keep dying.
Okay. Well, if you do get back to that, let us know how it's going.
That game's in my backlog too. Fuck, I forgot about that shit.
Me too, and I'm
Game Pass.
Game Pass. I gave up on it. I got rid of it, or I'm getting rid of it. Like I'm not gonna play it. Like it's just it's getting sacrificed at the altar of time. So all right. Let's get into the news. We got a lot of big news this week. The biggest one we're gonna start with right off the top here. So we had a console leak on Tuesday. The Xbox Series S got leaked by, I think it was Windows Central, maybe. And that they leaked the console design. They actually leaked like an entire video that Microsoft had put together. of the console reveal. So it showed the console design, and it showed the price was $299 of the console. It didn't have a release date on it, but it didn't matter because Microsoft pounced on this fucking immediately. Like within 2.5 hours that this leak had happened, this was at like 2 a.m. on on Tuesday. They basically made it official. They put a tweet out there saying that the Xbox Series S is real, $299, and then they said the price for the Xbox Series X as well is $499. And then the next day they confirmed it's coming out November 10th. Both consoles are coming out November 10th. And then they did their little sizzle reel, marketing video and whatnot. But there's been some posts in the meantime of tech specs between the two, which we can go over here if you guys want, because it is interesting. The Xbox Series X and S, they have the same, they essentially have almost the same CPU. It's a little bit slower in the S, like barely, like 0.2 gigahertz. The GPU is the biggest.
Would it be noticeable?
Probably not. The GPU is the biggest difference. It is an AMD RDNA 2 GPU, same one for both, but the one in the X has 52 CUDA cores, and the one in the Series S has 20 CUDA cores at a lower gigahertz.
Oh, you said
rate.
50 versus 20?
52 versus 20. That is a significant difference.
That's a significant difference. I'll be getting the X for sure then.
But that is honestly about the only real giant difference. The RAM, 16 gigabytes of GDDR6 RAM in the X and versus 10 in the S, which is a decent amount of memory, but they can definitely work with it. And then the targeted performance. This is probably the big one that people are going to care about. The X is targeting 4K at 60 FPS up to 120 FPS, and then the S is targeting 1440p at 60 FPS up to 120 FPS. And then storage, same drive, SSD. It's an NVMe SSD, same speeds, but the S has a 512 gigabyte and the X has a 1 terabyte. So, those are the major things. And the price difference is $200, $499 for the X, $299 for the S. So that's what we're looking at here. And I don't know. Okay, let's get into it. What do you guys think about this? The whole thing, the leaks, the price points, the release date, all that stuff.
I know we were shitting on Xbox like last week and the week before last. Well, yeah, I was rather. I don't know about. I can't remember y'all's opinions. Y'all don't matter to me.
Exactly.
I don't remember my own opinion at this point. So,
but
I happen to support Microsoft.
Yeah. I remember you were on the side of Microsoft. I couldn't remember which side you took, Justin. But this has definitely solidified themselves in the market. I don't care about exclusives. Parents ain't gonna be thinking about that shit when it's time to buy Christmas presents. This is going to sell like hotcakes. The simple fact that you can get a next gen console for the price of a Switch is fucking crazy to me. Like, that's wild. And we already know that Xbox said that, all of their exclusives so far are going to be, from Xbox One to all the way to the Xbox Series X. So, I mean, getting this in between, like, right now, if you're like a teenager, you can only afford this. You can probably buy this right now, and then a couple of years upgrade to like the Xbox Series X or whatever. Or like if you're a parent and you got like a little 10-year-old or younger kid, you can buy this for them, and they'll probably totally be satisfied with playing Minecraft on this shit. Like, I think it's phenomenal. It's super aggressive. I like their marketing campaign, like their Twitter campaign they're going out. They did it on PlayStation's anniversary of their first release, PlayStation. PlayStation was completely silent. They released some like VR game bullshit that was coming out. They tweeted about that. I think it's all around good for gamers. It's good for people to get into gaming. Not to mention that Xbox Game Pass that includes EA. Oh, I don't know if we were gonna go into that.
No, go for it. Actually, no, it's a perfect time to talk about it.
That includes the EA Access or EA Play, which means you can play now. I think from what I've read, you can now play if you have EA Access on the Xbox, you can play it on the PC as well. Because they changed the rules. Because I remember it was like Origin Access and then EA Access, but now it's all EA Play. And Same thing with Xbox Game Pass. If you have it on your Xbox, you can play it on the PC as well. So, and you can play it on the Project X Cloud that's coming out for the streaming thing for your Android tablet or
that's part of Game Pass too. So
yeah, and that's part of Game Pass too. You can, and if you can't buy your Xbox outright, you can't drop the $300 outright. You can pay $25 a month. You can go on like a financing plan, and it's $35 for the Xbox Series X. So they just making it really affordable for anyone to get into gaming, and I'm all for that. For more people to game is the better for me. I like talking to people about video games, and I want more people to experience it. So I mean, Xbox is doing that, and on top of that, you get to try literally thousands of games for a couple of bucks a month. Like that's crazy to me. Like it's. I don't see how you can shit on this. Only thing I can see how you can shit on this is saying like the console power. But like I said, I don't think this is for people who are looking for console power. These are for like casual gamers who just want to play the fucking video game. That's it.
To clarify what you said about the payment plan, so it's $24.99 a month for the Xbox Series S. That is for 24 months. You will have to pay that. So you're going to pay significantly more than the console's worth over that. But it allows you to do monthly installments, and it's going to be the same time frame for the X, I believe. So so significantly higher price overall, but for people who can't afford the lump sum all at once, this is a potential option for you, and you can include it in your Game Pass subscription as well. So you can be like basically subscribed to Xbox and get your Xbox Series S or X. Tiaras, how do you feel about this?
In addition to what Montrell said, I kind of pretty much agree with everything he said. I was just thinking to myself that before Microsoft released, their specs or whatever, I was just thinking, because it was pretty much, set in stone that they were going to release around the same time, the, PS5 and then the Series X. And I was just thinking to myself, what was Microsoft going to do to make them be competitive? Because they're not going to beat Sony in a games war. It's clear that Sony has the better game selections, talking about exclusives. So it's like, okay, well, how are they gonna beat Sony? How are they gonna be competitive? Because if I'm a gamer, like I said to myself, I was gonna get both anyways, but I was gonna get the PS5 first, because that was the console that was more suited to gaming. But now, it's like with that marketing strategy of the price point, it's going to be like a no-brainer. Like I would not be surprised, honestly, that, except for probably like, honestly, for working at Microsoft, like it's not a lot of people that's on like one side of the fence. Like a lot of people don't really care about what console they get, honestly. So it's not a lot of people that's like PlayStation fanboys, and it's not a lot of people that's really Xbox fanboys. Like that's very niche. The majority of people don't really care. So if I want to get a next gen console, because I want a next gen console for whatever reason, and I don't care, I'm probably gonna go with the Series X, or S, either or. I may decide to myself that I don't care about the 4K, so the Series S is fine. And with the Game Pass, and now they're bundling in the EA access or whatever EA Play or whatever. Because I was actually thinking about getting EA. I was like, I got the Game Pass, but now I don't have to,
you got it as part of Game Pass.
Because now I got them both, and that's really cool because Sony does not have anything like that on PlayStation, like where you could just play all of these games, for that small amount of money.
I mean,
like they don't have really
PlayStation
like that
now, but
but
it's not even close. It's not
the same. Like
it's not.
It's not, what I'm saying? So it's like if most games are going to come out on both consoles, right?
Right.
It's so it's like if I had to choose between them, and then the PlayStation, the PS5 is probably going to release at $499. So if I'm thinking $299 versus $499, probably want to go with the $299. I could still save my $200 and put it towards something else. Yeah. But like Montrell said, the fact that you can get a next gen console for the price of the Switch, game changer. It's a complete game changer. So I wouldn't be surprised if I don't know if Microsoft will outsell Sony, but I wouldn't be surprised if the numbers are really, really close.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Montrell and I were talking about it a little bit. I think this is so. I think Xbox handled this whole thing honestly pretty masterfully, in my opinion. Like the fact that it leaked could have been a disaster, and them jumping on it as fast as they did, like their social media was on it within 2.5 hours in the middle of the night. Like it was like it's one of those things like somebody called the social media team and was like, we need to deal with this like fucking now, and they did, you know. And then within 12 hours, they had already announced the thing, like fully revealed the whole thing. So it was like they basically took that story and were like, you know, fuck you, like it's still our announcement, you know. And maybe they didn't want to announce it this way, but it doesn't matter. This works to me. Like I don't think you need a big blowout event, and especially the price points they're hitting here are so fucking good that it's like who cares how you announce it? Like this is such a big like thing this is a hammer drop, you know? Like they are $299 is like Sony has no chance of getting anywhere near that. The lowest I think they'll go with the discless PS5 is $400, and that is like absolute best case scenario. They really want to eat crow on every unit they sell. Like that, there's no way they're going lower than that in my opinion, which means even if they do that, they're still $100 off, you know? So as much as the S is going to be less powerful than the X and is going to be a lot less powerful than the PS5 as well, I don't know how much it's going to matter in the near term. Like it's not a big deal now. I don't think games are going to be pushing the hardware to its absolute limit for a while. Like that kind of thing doesn't happen.
Matter. Think about it now. There's the Xbox One X and then there's still the regular Xbox. Right. Does it matter? No. Like, I mean, if you're competitive,
it doesn't. No.
You know, if you're competitively gaming, okay, that's one thing. But the majority of gamers are not like super competitive. The majority of gamers casually game.
Right.
So
yeah, but
it doesn't matter now.
It's gonna matter in a few years with development. I think it's not gonna matter in the consumer realm necessarily until it starts impacting.
But if Microsoft said that they're gonna make all their games from the Xbox or Series X all the way down to the One, then
I don't think they're gonna. I see what you're saying, Justin. I don't think they're gonna when they're developing. I don't think they're gonna negate the Xbox Series S. I think they may give up on the Xbox One X and the Xbox One S.
No, I'm not saying they're gonna give up on the S. I'm saying they might lower the quality of what the games are capable of for the S to keep it relevant. Like that. Okay. That's definitely a possibility. It's not a guarantee. There's no way. Like, and it's also possible that they could make these games because developers do this on PC, right? There's graphics sliders. Like they can do that. That's a thing we can do. But it's the thing is it depends on what they decide to focus on with their development. So it has the potential to impact the future with how things are developed. But it doesn't really matter for this conversation right now. For launch, this thing is going to sell because of its price. Like that, like it's almost like I will guarantee you the Xbox Series S is going to be completely sold out fucking everywhere. The X, I don't know about that, but because it's so much higher, such a higher price point, I don't know how much people are going to care. But that doesn't matter for Xbox because the S is going to be the machine that Game Pass is for, and that's what they're kind of pushing. That's what they've been pushing, and it's like I feel like this thing is almost designed for Game Pass, you know, because it's like the perfect thing for Game Pass is a unit like this that costs only $300, you know. So it's like, and as Montrell said too, getting into next gen, it doesn't matter. Your next gen games are going to be on the Xbox Series S. Period. Like probably for the entirety of the generation. So you can get in for $300. It's like you might not have the most amazing graphical fidelity, but who fucking cares, dude? Like some of the shit they can do with these consoles is kind of crazy anyways. What they're doing with PS4s and Xbox Ones now is nuts to me. Like given how weak those consoles are, they're on 7-year-old hardware, like 8-year-old hardware, 9-year-old hardware in certain cases. Like it's old ass hardware, and they are making games that are amazing looking. This is going to be an SSD, modern CPUs, modern GPUs, modern memory, GDDR6 memory, which you can't even buy on the consumer market right now. Like this is high-end tech. Like this, even though it's weaker than the Series X, it's still going to be a significantly more powerful console than what we have now. Like anybody saying that it's on par with an Xbox One X does not know what the fuck they're talking about. It's like the Xbox One X is not even going to be able to touch the Series S in terms of performance, in my opinion. Like just the SSD alone is going to be a big part of that, but the CPUs are a huge upgrade over what we have now, like a huge fucking upgrade, insane. So it's I think this whole thing, frankly, like Sony they're going to be on the back foot. Like I don't expect an announcement from them with the PlayStation 5 for a week or two. Like I don't think they're going to announce their price anytime soon. Like I could see them waiting until the very end of September just to let this announcement cool, because people are hype right now about this, and they don't want to, like, because say they come out right and they announce that the PS5 is going to cost $500 and then $450 for the discless one, that is not going to play very well given this. And if God forbid it's $600 and then $500 for the discless one, that's going to look even fucking worse.
I really think that's the price point.
They're going to get skewered if they do that right now. So they need to let this breathe, I think, and take their time.
Even if they let this breathe, like even if it came out next month, I mean, you still going to have the Sony fanboys going crazy, but like average consumers are going to be like, well, I guess I'm getting the Xbox. Like,
you're not wrong, dude. If they're $600, $500, that's a disaster. They cannot.
Yeah.
They can't do that. They can't do that. They cannot do that. They would get, I honestly think, forget about on par. I really think Xbox would actually seriously overtake them in terms of units sold, because that is such a prohibitive price compared. Like it's literally twice as much money as the Xbox Series S. You know, $600. That's undoable.
I was thinking about what you said earlier today. It's about getting the user base back, right? You remember when the 360 had all that huge install base, and everybody on the 360 was getting exclusive deals with Activision. Call of Duty was coming out first, like exclusive content and all this shit. Like,
and then it switched to PlayStation.
That's the key. That's the key.
And I think, yeah, exactly. I think that's Microsoft's game plan. They want that. They don't necessarily care about the exclusives. They want that install base back. If they can get that install base back and get those exclusive deals back, like they'll be breaking in more money than they did, this current generation. So, I mean, with this aggressive price plan, and like they play all their cards out on the table, and I mean, it's Sony's world. I mean, it's Sony's play now, but they have to play it like super smart. But I don't see them beating this price point. Like I don't see them selling their discless version of the PlayStation 5. I don't see them selling it for $300. Like there's impossible.
No way.
That's impossible.
We already know that the units cost $450 to make. Like,
yeah,
there's no way they're eating that. There's no fucking way they're gonna eat that. So, like, as Tiara said earlier, the exclusives, like, they matter in a way, but the thing that matters more than fucking anything with console sales, anything, is price. And they are so aggressively lower than anyone thought they could get with this.
Right.
It's going to make a difference. This is a game changer. Like they are, like, if there was one thing that Microsoft could have done to convince me that they may actually flip the pendulum back the other way towards them, it's this.
This is it.
This is it. This is it. This is it.
I mean, well, Game Pass was Game Pass, but this is like the real seller.
Yeah. Absolutely. Game Pass is great, but it's not the thing. It's not going to move systems, like this is it.
I'm honestly, I'm getting 360 vibes. Like this is like the 360 era, PS3 era all over again.
To me, it's like I just feel like this is a saying that they're not getting out of consoles. Like, Montrell, you were saying that. Oh, this is.
I was saying it too.
Big hurrah, but I never thought that. But this is kind of like set in stone that Microsoft is willing to do a games arms race with Sony. Like, okay, when you come out with next gen, I'm gonna come out with next gen. Like, we're gonna stay in this for the long run.
No, you're right. Yeah, I completely concede to that point because
it's so aggressive. Yeah, like I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even deny that. Like, yeah, it's so, like you said, about to say, it's so aggressive that they're definitely in it for the long haul. And I don't know, man. I just if Sony even if it's a month from now, well, it can't be a month from now.
They don't have that much time.
Yeah,
it's gonna have to come out soon.
It has to be by the end of September. We have to know by the end of September. That's their deadline.
Yeah, like even if Sony came out and said $550, you know what I'm saying? Like that's doable. That's still doable. But in their regular console was $400. Like the discless version was $400, and then
that's their only play, dude. That's their only play they have. Is if they can make the discless version $400.
I'm not paying $550 for no PS5.
No, understood. No, I think the discless one is the key. If they can get that down to $400 and accept that they're going to lose money on that one, that is the only thing that's going to bridge this gap to me. I think if they're at $450, then this is going to do the damage it's going to do.
Because I'm sorry, that exclusive lineup they have is not worth the $600 right now. Like maybe next year or year after that, I'll pay $600 for it. But like right now, I can get into next gen. Oh, okay, I can't play Godfall anymore. I can play it on PC. So whatever with that. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like. I can just a lot of the games that they did announce aren't really like all that. So it's like I can just play Call of Duty on fucking Xbox One X, the Xbox Series S or X if I want to get that. Like I can just get that. If I want to play the new Madden or the new 2K or whatever the case may be, I can just get the Xbox Series X right now in November, and I'll be cool. I'll be set. And then whatever exclusive games that come out when they come out. They come out then, but as of right now, everyone's gonna go get the Xbox because nothing, in my opinion, there's no console seller game right now that's coming out unless they announce, Horizon Zero Dawn's coming out with the PS5. That may push some consoles, but
yeah, I think Spider-Man. As much as I know that's a big IP, the fact that it is not a full game.
That's not a console seller. In my opinion.
It's not a full game, so it's like it kind of feels like a half game almost. It's like they're marketing it that way. So I don't think that's it. And Ratchet and Clank definitely is not that.
So what are y'all getting Cyberpunk on?
If it come out, if I can get it, I'm gonna get it on Xbox Series X. If I depending on what the price of the PlayStation is, I might just buy the X before I buy the PlayStation 5.
I mean, I'm pretty set on PlayStation. If the only way they would turn me off from buying the console is if they did $600. Like if the
which I really think they're gonna do. I don't think
bro, you're.
Because
I feel like you're wish casting right now. I feel like you want them to do that. They're not going to do that.
I cannot see them selling the disc version for $550. Maybe $550. I can see $550.
I still think $499 is the price of the disc one. And then the discless will be $450. That's still my guess on them.
Okay. If that's the case, then I may get I like to play my first-person shooters on Xbox. I hate playing them on PlayStation.
Don't lie to yourself. You're gonna get both, dude.
I am, but I'm probably gonna buy the X first.
Yeah,
I'm probably gonna buy the X first.
Fair enough. I mean, the thing is, we've been talking about this too. Is I'm not sure I'm getting a console in November.
Hey, I thought you said that she was gonna stick with PC.
I'm like. I'm thinking about the games, right? The games, like I do want to play Spider-Man, but it's like one of those things. Like I can buy the console next year and catch up pretty quickly. Like Sony's exclusives are not long games,
right?
Generally, so like I could catch up pretty quick if I only let like 3 or 4 of them build up, and I don't think I'm gonna have more than that to worry about. So, and then otherwise, I can play the rest of the shit on PC or like I play it on PS4 even because a lot of these games are still gonna be coming out on PS4. So it's like I'm not as jazzed about like next gen right now as I was like a couple months ago. I've been thinking about it a lot, but I'm saying that now, and when Sony announces the prices, I might fucking just pre-order one. I don't know. So this is all it's like a complete whimsical thing for me right now. Like my mood could change any given day on this. So
well, now that I am an adult with a good job, I can afford to buy the system day one. So I'll probably get them both.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna end up getting both of them.
I really don't want to play. I really don't want to pay $600 for like a PS5 though. Like.
Yeah, I'm only getting one because I'm actually like Nvidia's announcement of the 30 series has completely thrown me into disarray with my computer. Where I think I'm going to be upgrading about half my computer parts here in the near future. So like it's like they fucking totally fucked my world up because the 30 series is like a complete
I'm waiting for AMD to announce some
reset on fucking graphics card power levels. Like, so I don't know. So yeah, that's why I'm thinking about not getting the console right away, because I might be dropping a lot of money here in the near future on PC stuff. So, well, I mean, is there anything else you guys want to talk about here with this? Like, do you want to talk about the power at all? Are you guys concerned about the disparity in the GPUs between the X and the S, or do you not care? Is it not a big deal?
Like I said, it's not a big deal for me. I already know which one I'm getting. I'm getting the premium version, the X version. So,
right.
I mean, I think the S version, like I said, is just designed for casuals.
No, dude, I'm thinking about, you're totally right about the teenager market, like the younger kids, like $299. They're fucking getting that. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I'm thinking about when I was younger. Like, there's no way.
I was younger, I couldn't afford $299 either.
I know, right? But so if I could,
y'all keep talking about that so casually.
If I could, though, I would get it.
I had a part-time job, so I mean, I could save for it, like after a couple of weeks of working. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
yeah, but then
even
like,
think about right?
Think about parents buying it. Yeah, go ahead.
But like, parents buying it too. But think about like just giving up your console, like taking it back to GameStop and like getting like maybe $100 credit, and then you turn in some games. You damn near have a fucking Xbox right there. Like, and you get $100 from your parents.
I'm about to say, what GameStop give you $100 for a console?
I mean, they plenty. Like, okay, like, come on, this is.
GameStop will sell you your soul for $2.35.
Oh my fucking god! I'm going to the website right fucking now to dispel this bullshit. Like, I'm I fucking hate this. I hate this meme because it's so fake. It's so fake. Like, all the people who say it haven't been to a GameStop in fucking 15 years. Like, it drives me fucking crazy. Like,
no, you can probably get rid of your Xbox One S for about store credit for about a good $100. Maybe
Xbox One X right now, 1 terabyte. They will give you $175, and I guarantee you they will have a deal.
$175 for a console that was originally $500.
Yeah, obviously the console's not that valuable anymore. Like, I mean,
come on, that's significant depreciation. You gotta admit that.
I mean, of course it is. You try to sell it used, it's probably not worth that much either. I mean, it's worth more than 175, definitely used, but it's like you have to go through the effort of selling it though, which some people don't want to do. So GameStop's offering you a service. I think the cut they're taking there is worth the difference. If you're too lazy to sell it on your own, like, I mean, and like I said, they're gonna do a deal on next gen once they launch. Trade in your Xbox One X and you get an additional $50 of credit towards your Xbox Series S or X. You know, it's like they always do that. So
yeah, they probably gonna do some trade-in bonus. So I'm assuming they're probably like,
you just gotta be smart. Yeah, go in, pay attention to what the trade-in deals are. You can get significant money. I got my PS4 for free trading in 20 games. 20. That's it. For free to GameStop, so it's possible.
20 games. 20 games that were probably original $60 each. But yes, Justin, you got a deal. You got a deal, Justin.
You guys, I mean, absolutely. He played the games and beat them. So
I played all the games and beat them. Yeah, like I was done with all of them. I didn't want them anymore, and I got my PlayStation for free. So
I mean,
go ahead and tell yourself that whatever keeps you up.
So what would you propose? What do you propose I do? Like, do I just keep the games on a shelf and let them get dust?
I mean, you probably could have sold them on eBay for more.
Yeah, you would be surprised. But, you'd be surprised how close they get to some of the prices you can get sometimes. Because like
I said, Justin, whatever help you sleep at night. If you want to believe that GameStop did not fuck you over, then
Nintendo Switch, you can get $175 right now at GameStop. That is only $125 off of the console fucking cost.
Okay, no, how much you just say? $175?
$125. Yeah, $175 for the
$175, right? I just bought and resold the Switch for $500.
What?
Well, whoever bought that's an idiot.
On eBay. No, it's called supply and demand. Switches are nowhere to be found. So all the resale value of a Switch has skyrocketed. If you go on Amazon or if you go on eBay, any of these websites and figure out how much a Switch costs, the average cost for a Switch is $500.
Okay. But normally, that's not bad. That's all I'm saying. It's not as bad as you all say. You said $2 for a console. It's a bad joke.
I said $2 for your soul.
It's a bad joke.
Soul.
It's a bad joke. I hate this meme. Okay, well, Xbox Series X, Series S coming November 10th. This is exciting. This is real. It's happening now. Okay, I don't think the consoles are getting delayed anymore. We can stop talking about that bullshit. They're real. They're happening. I'm sure they're fucking.
Montrell was so sure that the Xbox was going to be delayed until next year. I just wanted to point that out. We have not forgotten. That is 2 wrong takes that you have had on Xbox thus far.
It's a player's take, though. You see, I put the title in there. Hey, you like that, right? You like that?
Yeah, some of us are more accurate than others, though.
Okay, let's fucking move on. Tiara, look, you're the one who promised you're gonna play every game on Game Pass. I don't see you doing that yet. So, get to it.
Do I have a Series X?
Go play Outer Worlds.
You need a Series X. You need a Series X.
I do, because that's what I was talking about.
You got an Xbox.
No, that's revisionist history. You didn't say that one time in that episode. You never said that.
But we were talking about the Xbox.
Here we go. The semantics.
Here
we go.
Yeah. We were talking about the Xbox showcase, which was showing the Series X and all of the games that was going to be on the Series X.
Hey,
obviously, the inference can be made that I was not talking about the 1X, but the Series X.
Okay.
Sure thing.
We'll give it to you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. You're never gonna keep up anyways, even when this comes to pass. So we'll keep playing this game though. All right, let's move on. We got a few more stories to talk about here. So Cyberpunk. We got a couple stories about Cyberpunk. CD Projekt Red announced that Cyberpunk 2077 will be $60 on next gen. This is a very nice thing to know because some developers are not doing this. So I don't know. Good on you, CD Projekt. We are about to talk about a bad thing with you though, or somewhat bad thing, I guess. But
hey, there's no CD Projekt Red slander on this podcast.
On this show. I mean, you've I don't know. They're not perfect.
I championed you with Freebird. Okay. This is my Freebird.
Oh, is it? Okay. What happens when they start putting microtransactions in the single player? Are you going to still defend them at that point?
Sure. I mean, microtransactions are optional. Like that's why I don't get the That's why I don't get the hype. They're optional. You don't have to buy the microtransactions.
All right, well, let's get into that story before we get off on a tangent here. So Cyberpunk 2077 has multiplayer in it, and the multiplayer is going to have microtransactions in it, and people are unhappy with CD Projekt because they said in 2019 that there would be no microtransactions in Cyberpunk. And then they came out and said, nothing changed. Cyberpunk 2077 is a single-player game with 0 microtransactions. 1 single purchase, no tricks, don't believe the clickbait. They sound like Tiara talking about Game Pass. Like, they said one thing, and then they changed it to fit their little narrative here.
Technically, they didn't lie. Everyone thought Cyberpunk was going to be a single-player game. So
exactly.
They didn't lie.
They said the single player game, no microtransactions.
No microtransactions.
They said all they said was no microtransactions. They didn't say single player.
You just said that.
They said
no. They said that now. They didn't say that before.
Because we were under the impression that it was a single player game. So the single player game portion, like, I don't care either way, but I'm just saying from their side of logic.
Yeah, the single game portion.
The single gameplay portion is no microtransactions. We just found out about the
multiplayer portion. Is microtransactions.
No, we didn't. The multiplayer's been a thing for a while, dude. Like,
really?
I didn't know about that. No. I agree with you, Montrell. I thought it was gonna be a single player game.
Oh my god, this is. I'm fighting a couple of fanboys right now. Like,
I said I wasn't gonna get Cyberpunk as soon as it come out. I'm still iffy on it, but
I mean, at this point,
I'm getting it.
You might as well get it.
I'm getting it.
I'm not upset about the microtransactions. I mean, it's not a perfect game. Like, you know who's fanboying right now? You are. You're butthurt that you got microtransactions in your perfect little game.
I'm not butthurt. I'm literally about to defend the game because they actually said too that the multiplayer is not coming out with Cyberpunk like in November. It is a separate project that is going to be its own game.
So technically,
free
they
to play.
didn't lie.
Oh, they. Oh my. I can't stand this conversation. Jesus Christ! Like, look. The thing is, CD Projekt is a company that has traditionally been very pro-consumer.
They are.
Microtransactions are a thing that have infiltrated video games that can be very anti-consumer. So it depends on how they do it in this game, whether it's bad or not. The other question is this Cyberpunk multiplayer going to be free to play or not? If it is free to play, then it's a much less of a problem for me. But if you have to pay to play the multiplayer, like you pay $30 to get Cyberpunk's multiplayer, and then there's microtransactions on top of that, I have a problem with that. So we'll see. They haven't announced that, so I don't know. I'm just saying.
Oh my god.
They said one thing.
They didn't.
And the multiplayer, by the way, I'm looking at an article from January 17th this year. And it wasn't even the announcement of the multiplayer. So we've known about the multiplayer for a while.
But we just said it's a separate project.
Okay.
So therefore, they did not lie when they said no microtransactions for the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's a separate project.
Mm.
Am I wrong here? I mean,
I said what you said. It said the single player part, no microtransactions.
No
microtransactions.
They didn't say. See, this is.
They said, I know they said no microtransactions ever, but they just said this is a separate project. So technically they're right because it's not the same project. It's not the one they've been showing. The person asks, the Cyberpunk 2077, I'm assuming the one we already know of.
I was about to say, Justin, just accept the loophole.
Yep. This is why politics are the way they are. Whatever, I'm done with the story. Let's move on. Ubisoft Forward happened today. And there were some game announcements here. There's a few that I want to talk about. We're not going to go through everything that was announced. I guess whoever wants to go, we can talk about the games that were interesting to us. Who wants to go first?
I would say I'll go.
You can go first? Okay. Because, you're about to trash Ubisoft.
It was so boring. Oh, my Jesus. It was so boring.
Yeah.
And, I dozed off. And then, when I realized that I dozed off, it was still on, and I just turned it off.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I had to look at an article and some YouTube footage later about it because it was so boring.
Yeah.
I was really looking for. Did they have Valhalla footage?
No.
Yeah, and that was trash. That's what I was really looking for.
They just showed Valhalla. They showed Legion, and I don't know why they fucking did, because they've shown this game 3 times in the last 4 months. I don't.
Yeah, but I mean, but Valhalla's coming out soon, so that's what I would want.
They're gonna have hype trailers for that.
They show they show 10 minutes of gameplay of Valhalla, the last event.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, but they also showed.
I know, but what I'm saying is a game that's coming out soon, so I want to see more of it. I don't care how many times I feel like any event they had, they should show it. But Legion, okay, so Legion is something I'm kind of eyeing, thinking about getting. I like the idea of you can be anybody, any NPC or whatever.
Yeah.
I do like that idea. I didn't really get anything from this event though. The Scott Pilgrim game was kind of cool.
Well, that's isn't that a re-release of the original one?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean, they adding DLC. Oh, yeah, it is a re-release because they adding the DLC, so it's the complete game.
But yeah, other than that, it was just a complete bore for me. I'm so disappointed. I've never been so bored looking at anything video game at the end of the day in my life.
Oh my god!
It was boring.
Eviscerating the holy shit.
Nah, she right. It was
They're
boring.
fucking bleeding out on the floor right now. Jeez.
It was boring, but the games they did show that I liked was the Immortals Phoenix game rather. Immortals
Phoenix Rising, which is a horrific fucking name for a video game. It sounds like a mobile game.
It kind of looks like one too, but it's actually it looks like a Zelda clone. It's like the Zelda clone that I wanted, so I'm thinking about picking it up because it looks pretty good. The combat looks really good. The exploration looks pretty good. Only gripe I have with it is like super duper open world, like super big. But they got a lot of dungeons in it, so I'm interested in that. And then the other game I'm interested in is I'm hyped for Scott Pilgrim versus the World, because it's like me and my friends are probably gonna play on the couch and play that game with each other when it comes out, because we did that when the original came out and we loved that shit. So I'm kind of hyped for that, because we plan on doing that again. Like some of them are gonna fly out here and we're gonna do that. But the Watch Dogs actually surprised me. I mean, every time I see it, ever since they like just went gun ho crazy saying like they're officially going to do this, I've been getting a little bit more hyper for the game, especially when they show that fake John Wick footage that looked like John Wick but it wasn't John Wick. All the gun fu stuff you can do in there. Like, I'm just hyped with the gameplay aspect of it, because I really want to do that shit. So that looks really cool. But besides that, it was pretty boring. They didn't show any good beyond good and evil. They didn't show. They teased us with Sam Fisher, but he's just another hero in the fucking Rainbow Six Siege game. So we're not getting another Splinter Cell game.
Poor Splinter Cell fans, man.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Ubisoft fucking hates you guys.
Yeah, they do. We made them, but anyway. And I'm looking forward to the Prince of Persia game, but I guess I'll let you talk about that, because you really into Prince of Persia.
Yeah, there were two games that caught my attention. Was obviously the Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake.
Born to you, Justin.
What? Say that again.
It wasn't born to you.
What? The show? Oh,
Yes.
It was horrible. Oh, it's fucking terrible. Like,
okay, because I'm about to say your whole
they don't know how to do this.
tone
I don't know why they. I don't know why they host these
made
things.
It seem like you're disagreeing with me.
Most of these third-party publishers, I don't fucking understand why they host their own shit, because it's like you guys don't have enough shit to fill an interesting 45-minute presentation. Like, no one fucking cares about half these games that you're showing. Like no offense to them, but it's like. But yeah, Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake. I talked about this game a little bit. Like, I really, really, really like this game. The fact that it's getting remade is nice. I will say it looked a little rough. The animations did not look clean to me, but the game has a few months to clean that up. Montrell, you were wrong. Actually, it is coming out. They gave it a release date, January 21st, 2021. So it's not that far off. It's only about 4 months away.
What game?
So. Prince of Persia.
Oh shit! Really? Damn.
Yeah. So it's coming relatively soon, but this game looked rough, like I said. So I could see a delay maybe happening for it, of a month or two potentially, but we'll see on that. But I will potentially be playing this when it comes out. I fucking love this game, so it's been a long time since I played it too. So that one I'm definitely looking forward to. And then Immortals Phoenix Rising did catch my attention too. I will say it looked a little bit more cartoony than I was expecting. Like, I was not as into it as I thought I would be based on your description earlier today. I don't know. I'm not sure about this one. I'm gonna let it. It's coming out December 3rd. They did give a date to it, so it's coming out imminently. Which actually is kind of an interesting release date for Ubisoft. Like, that's really late in the calendar. That's like the last week you can realistically release a game in a year. Honestly,
and
actually,
weeks after the fucking Xbox release.
Yeah.
So
right, yeah,
damn, that shit is really coming out in November. Holy fuck! I'm sorry. Keep going.
Yep. But yeah, the I didn't watch the full gameplay, so I need to watch that a little bit probably to get a better idea of. I only watched like the sizzle reel stuff and a little bit of gameplay they showed in the main show. So, but yeah, if there's like dungeons and puzzles and stuff, this game may be very, very cool for me. But the combat looked okay. Wasn't like super impressed by what I saw of it. So, but yeah, otherwise the rest of the show was like I just kind of skimmed through it. I wasn't really super into it. There's a lot of stuff they showed here for like existing games, which good for them. I'm glad that they support their games for a long time, but it's like I don't know why you're putting this in like a game presentation.
Yeah, like it was like Ghost
Recon Breakpoint. They showed.
I was like, isn't that old?
For Honor, like
For
Honor thing, Rainbow Six Siege, like these games are
all.
all.
These games have fan bases, guy. Like
Yeah, but you don't need a presentation for it. That's what we're saying.
Yeah, I'm not watching a presentation for that shit. Like, I don't know. Like, that's just weird to me. I don't know. They're just looking for filler content. That's what it feels like to like justify having one of these. So I don't know. Just put it in like a Sony conference, dude. Like let Sony do this for you, okay? Like Sony will make this way more hype, or let Microsoft do it. Microsoft will also make it a lot more hype when you show this shit. You know, it's like people will be a lot more excited. So, all right. Let's move on from that. We got one more kind of bigger story to talk about here. It is a follow-up, one more follow-up to our Epic versus Apple situation that has been brewing. So there was a situation brewing yesterday where Epic said that Apple was going to be removing the ability of users to sign in with Apple for Epic accounts related to Fortnite. And then that apparently today they said that Apple has actually decided not to do this and has given them an indefinite extension for this functionality. So there's still some like back and forth going on here. There's some threats happening, but the Fortnite status Twitter account did say still recommended users to prepare to not be able to do this. So I think they still expect Apple to go through with this at some point. But what do you guys think about this update to this story?
I didn't know they were going to take away the Apple ID stuff. Like,
yeah, it's like single sign-on for
and it's funny because it was supposed to go into effect tomorrow.
Yes. Yep. And they changed it.
But they was like,
maybe they figured it would have the same effect as that whole,
Unreal Engine thing.
Yeah. I don't know. That's pretty weird.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of it, honestly. Like, is it significant?
I don't really think it's that significant.
That's what I'm saying. I don't really think it's that significant in grand scheme of things.
But it's interesting, like the maneuvering that's happening kind of between these two that is completely unrelated to the court.
Yeah.
Like
I would be more shocked if Fortnite popped back up.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll keep monitoring this. This is an important story, and I know this is a minor update, but we do want to keep you guys abreast of what's going on between these guys.
But who knows, though? I'm about to say it could tie into something later on.
Right, and I mean, eventually, if they do go through with this, like this is going to hurt users, So it's just another. It would be another example of Apple kind of not giving a fuck about some of their users, that play Fortnite or use Epic services. So yeah. All right. Let's move on. We got a few announcements here for games. So since the release date for the Xbox Series X and S has been announced, Assassin's Creed Valhalla has moved its release date 1 week forward to November 10th from November 17th, which was the original release date announced. This is interesting to me because it indicates that Ubisoft didn't know the Xbox release date, or that Microsoft changed the date late in the game here and kind of like it's not a big deal, but I find that interesting.
I think it's the former rather than the latter. It's the
former.
You
think Ubisoft didn't know?
They just didn't know. They just didn't know.
That's funny.
Like, I think Microsoft is pretty like a structured company. Like, they're not, even now, with Sony, there's no leaks.
I guess, you're risking leaks by telling third parties.
Do you think they leaked that on purpose?
Yes.
I think it's possible.
Okay. Oh, I thought we were all under the assumption that Microsoft leaked the prices themselves.
No, I didn't. I thought maybe someone caught wind of the slides or something like that. And it was
I think they leaked it themselves, and then that's why they were so quick to respond, because they leaked it themselves.
They were prepared.
But it's fine. I mean, like I said, whatever you gotta do, But yeah,
the market is crazy now. People fake leaking. That's so crazy.
Look, whatever you gotta do.
I mean, if they did that, they handled it perfectly. It was perfect execution because, it didn't seem that way at first, But when you think about it, it does kind of make sense. Like, they were really prepared for everything.
Yeah, like overly prepared.
Yeah,
like Batman level prepared.
Even still, I still think they they kind of shitted on Sony. Like they were like, "Yo, your move."
Oh, for sure. And then the day that they picked to release it was like the PlayStation.
Yeah, that was twisting the knife.
Right. So something related to Sony, and then Sony had no comeback.
I can't believe
I really expected Sony to be like, okay, we use our prices or whatever. Like,
no, that's why they're not good. Whatever their response is not going to be good.
I can't believe they didn't come back, because like you remember last generation or this generation when everything was released, they were quick and snappy on their comebacks. They're like, this is how you trade a game. Like they were on it.
Well,
like,
the price too. Remember, the price was $100 less than Xbox One.
Yeah.
Which was a huge deal. That was, again, price is everything with this. Like, that's the reason that Sony won this generation. Like,
damn, man, this is crazy.
These moves. So yeah, I know we're kind of retreading ground we already talked about a little bit, but like the I don't know. It's exciting because Xbox has really positioned themselves to potentially get back into at least a place of parity with Sony, which hasn't been a thing for literally a decade. Like it's interesting to me. I find that interesting. But
yeah, I mean, it makes sense for Ubisoft to move their game. They're like, oh shit, well, fuck it.
Of course, they targeted the original date. That was why. I mean, I predicted that was the date of the console launch. Back when they announced that, and it's like that was, of course, what they were targeting. Like they absolutely want Valhalla to be a launch game.
If you want to be honest, it seems like that's like a soft exclusive for Xbox.
Well, right. You want to know what's funny about this though? Think about this, guys. Is that Ubisoft didn't know, right? So they went with November 17th. However, think about who did go with November 10th for their launch date. Fucking Call of Duty. So Activision might have known. That happened last month. So,
oh, by the way, I'm sorry. I know this is off topic. I didn't put it in the story, but they did show like 4-hour live gameplay footage of Call of Duty Black Ops.
Really?
Like the Cold War version, they showed like multiplayer. So Tiara, you can look at that if you want to see how it plays.
Interesting.
Okay, I'll look at it.
Cool. All right, let's move on. Nintendo announced a bunch of shit this week. One of those being a new Hyrule Warriors game, which was a very popular game a few years ago that came out, which was a Dynasty Warriors spinoff of Zelda. But this one is Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, which is going to be a prequel to Breath of the Wild that takes place in the time period where Ganon rose to power and took over Hyrule.
In the same exact map.
in the same map. The art style, it looks like they gave the team making this at Koei Tecmo the engine for Breath of the Wild because it looks exactly like Breath of the Wild. Like the art style is exactly the fucking same. So I think this is a brilliant fucking idea. Whoever decided to do this at Nintendo, like props to you, dude, because this is the perfect way to tell that story in a game. Like, is make it a Dynasty Warriors game. It's the fucking perfect way to tell that story. And I don't know. I think this game is going to sell like fucking crazy good. So, Montrell, are you excited about it? TR, you guys excited about it?
Like I said, it looks good.
Game?
I haven't played a Dynasty Warriors game in like fucking forever.
I love Dynasty Warriors. Let me tell you what I don't love about Dynasty Warriors is that $60 price point.
Yeah,
Dynasty Warriors
they're not worth it.
Never worth $60. Like I love it. It's good, but they're all the same. It's never worth $60.
What about this one? Though?
$30. No, all of them. Doesn't matter. Okay. It doesn't matter what happens into the game. Like when I see it on sale, it could be a couple years from now. But when I see it on sale and for $30 or less, then I'm gonna buy it.
Mm-hmm. Well, Montrell, you were saying that the creator of Zelda, right, like was like really involved with this project.
No, yeah, they didn't come to him with the idea. He went to them with the idea, and like if you watch the direct for this, he said like, yeah, I went to them and was like, hey, I want you to make a spin-off to this game, to give the players something while we're making Breath of the Wild 2. And according to him and the creator of this game, of the Mushu game, they both said that they worked closely with the Zelda team to get the movement right, the maps right. It looks like the game almost looks like it's made in the engine of Breath of the Wild. To be honest with you, that's how close they work with each other. I don't know if it was. I think they're still using their own proprietary engine for Dynasty Warriors, but the art style, like they almost literally said like, yeah, we gave them the map. Like if you watch the direct, you can pretty much pick apart what they're saying. Like they were working almost side by side with each other. Like it looks like. So
well, so it's coming on November 20th. So this is this is Nintendo's, I guess, one of their bigger fall releases this year. This is going to be the big game for them because I don't think they have anything else, but we'll see. There's supposed to be maybe a direct coming at the end of the month. So we'll see if I'm wrong about that, but I'm feeling like whatever that direct is might be talking about some stuff early next year potentially. But so yeah, for those of you Dynasty Warriors fans, if you're not like Tiara and you're willing to spend $60, you know, there's going to be a new game for you here coming very soon. All right, let's move on to our last story. It's also a Nintendo story, another Nintendo announcement, and this one got a lot of people pissed, including me. So Nintendo had a Super Mario Bros. 35th anniversary direct, and they announced a bunch of shit. I don't care about anything besides one thing. Super Mario 3D All-Stars was announced, and it's going to be a Switch release that is going to have Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy on it. It's going to cost $60. Everybody wanted this. This is a great collection of games, but the thing is, it's coming out on September 18th, and it is going to be a limited release. And when I say that, you're going to assume I'm talking about physical, right? Well, that's true, but it's going to be a limited digital release. There's fine print on this game's store page that says this game will only be available on the eShop through March 31st, 2021. Fucking leave it to Nintendo to somehow make digital games worse. Fucking kidding me. What do you guys think about this? Because this one pissed me the fuck off.
I'm interested. Tiara, how you feel about it?
I'm still formulating an opinion.
Okay. I think this is a very deadly road.
This is a horrible precedent.
I'm being calm. I'm being calm because Justin's soaking up all the anger right now. So, I think this is like very stupid. It's stupid for us, the consumers. It's very smart on their end. Like from a business standpoint, this is fucking genius. Like, yo, we know everybody and they mama wants Super Mario 64, and we wanted Sunshine, and we wanted Galaxy, and they could have put Galaxy 2 in there, but we wanted these three games for a while.
They're gonna make that its own release at $60.
Probably so. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't put it past them. Yeah. So, like, they already know that they're digital. I mean, their physicals are gonna sell like hotcakes. They already know that shit. Like everyone knows that.
Yeah.
Now accounts are going to be fucking hot, like
worth money. People are going to buy this on their Switch and sell the Switch for $1,000 because it's fucking games on it. Like, oh fuck me!
It's going to be PT all over
again. The physical one, guys. By the way, buy the physical version of this fucking game. Leave it in the wrapper. Put it on a shelf. You will get $150 for it in like 2 years. Like.
Probably not even 2 years. Probably right after the game.
This game's gonna be sold out in a month. Like you're not gonna be able to buy it. Period. Like unless you buy it digitally. And this is Nintendo's game. They are so fucking insidious. Like with this shit. Like because they know their fan base. They fucking know their fan base. Like their shit. The limited shit they release sells out every fucking time.
I just never heard of a game unless
it's cheap.
You said what?
I'm not a Nintendo sheep, so I don't really see how people get like addicted to like Nintendo's stuff.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm the same way.
I don't either. I don't fall for this shit. I hate this fucking shit.
But
so I don't know. I'm indifferent.
Just the idea though. But like Tiara, think of a game, right? Think you would have buy the Outer Worlds on fucking digitally, right? Did you buy it digitally?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, I mean, I didn't buy it. Well, I did buy it on the Switch.
All right. Well, in general, right? think about if you wanted to buy it and you're like, all right, I can just wait till next year because it's digital, so it's always going to be there. And they're like, actually, we're taking it off the market.
But did they tell me that when the game was before the game was released?
Yeah, they did tell you that. They did tell you that. They did tell you. They did tell you that. So you okay with that?
Yeah.
Isn't the point of digital games though that they're there in perpetuity? Like, isn't that the whole purpose of them? Like, they're there so you can buy them no matter fucking what. Like, who cares if they're sold out physically? You still have access to the game, but not this game.
But what you're saying is that, but if I buy the game, I will always have access to it, right?
No, yeah. If you bought it, you will always have access.
Yeah,
to it.
like basically, what you're just saying is you just have a window to buy the game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's super dangerous.
If they already told you that, then it's fine.
But the window here is 6 months, so it's not that big of a deal. It's actually almost 7 months. But like, imagine if the window was 4 weeks,
and they let you know.
Yeah.
But it's not. They'll let you. They'll let you know. They put it out ahead of time. Like,
we are getting into dangerous territory.
So then you just prepare.
No.
Okay, I know I got 4 weeks to download this game.
The way I buy games does not work in such a way where this is conducive to me. Like, I fucking hate this.
This is one game though.
It is, but we think it may cause a trend. Like, EA may pick up on it, Activision may pick up on
it. EA does it with Mass Effect, right?
Think of what they did with Mass Effect. You got like 2 months to buy Mass Effect, and that's it. You can't even tell your friends to go back and play.
You don't know if it's ever going to be sold again.
Like, what if it's a really good game and you want to spread word of mouth to the game? Like, hey, yo, buy Mass Effect. And like, they're like, okay, I'll try it out. And they can't try it out because Mass Effect is already off the digital market because that's it.
Dang, that sucks to be them.
Damn, Tiara, heartless.
Okay, all right.
But I got Mass Effect. So
okay, think about it this way, right? What if for some reason, like, the selling period is 4 weeks, right? And for whatever reason you're indisposed in such a way where you're not paying attention to game news, or you're not able to play your Switch or look on your Switch, and you don't see this game, and then you find out this fucking game came out, and it's like the day after they stopped selling it, and it's like you can't buy it anymore. You're just fucked. Like, it's like that feels really shitty. That is
it sucks, but charge to the game. Oh well. Can't miss something I never had. Oh well, okay. Why are you laughing about it?
It's just you're so like matter of fact about this.
It's so fucking hilarious. Oh my god!
I told you that I was indifferent to it.
I know.
She said, I can tell you to the game. That's it. Oh well, can't miss nothing I never played.
Yeah.
I mean, it's facts, but I'm so upset.
No, this is Nintendo weaponizing their shit.
I'm telling you,
they already do this with physical stuff. Like, everything they sell phically is limited. Like,
this
seriously.
is going to lead to mobile stuff. Like, you remember how they do the mobile flash sales? Oh, you can get this, get this new skin for $2 for 24 hours. They're going to start doing this with video games.
Montrell, dude, I've talked about gacha games before, right? Gacha games, they work off this whole psychology. This is the psychology they work off of, is that they release these characters that you're super hyped about, and every week they release new characters, right?
Yeah.
And the characters are around for 2 weeks, and you don't know if you're ever going to be able to buy them again. That's how gacha games get people to keep spending fucking money. And if we bring this to actual video games, like selling real physical video games, I'm not happy about that. I have a problem with that. You are trying to take advantage of the psychology of the feeling of being left out, like that, like the idea of FOMO. You're trying to take advantage of that psychological shit, and it's insidious. This is insidious, Nintendo. I hate it. I don't care what Tiara says. Yeah, capitalism, blah blah blah. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Yeah, great. Okay. Fuck me, I guess. I can't wait till half the games we're buying are doing this in like 3 years.
He's not all right. I guarantee he's ready.
I want to say he's not.
Oh, I'm fucking having a mental breakdown right now. I'm having a breakdown, okay?
Bullshit.
This is mobile game bullshit.
And
Nintendo's bringing in here.
You know what's so funny? If you were talking to Shane, you would like be ready to like commit suicide because we were like talking about microtransactions. And we were talking about microtransactions, right? And I was saying how microtransactions kind of like lead to like that addictive, behavior. You feel like you have to buy to keep up. And he was just like, no, if you just play the game. He was like, I never bought the battle pass. Like he always plays. And he's like, if you just play the game, then you'll eventually unlock it yourself. I said, but that's not the point. The point is that it's the impatience that it gives you. It's the psychological, like this.
It's psychological warfare.
The person with a goddamn degree in fucking psychology. It's like, why are you not understanding the psychology?
Yeah, no, it's psychological warfare.
Like behind, microtransactions.
And he just like, nah, that ain't
He's
it.
like, no. He's basically saying like, you're just weak-minded. Like you don't have to buy
That's
it.
the point.
You don't have to
That's
buy
the
it.
point.
You're just
Some
weak-minded.
people are weak-minded. They're taking advantage of those people.
That's the point. And so basically, he's just saying like, if you just have discipline and have patience and just pay.
I'm just saying though, what if you don't have a Switch right now because you can't afford it? You can't even buy a Switch.
You can't buy one. You can't fucking buy one. Yeah.
You know what I had to do? I had to use an algorithm to get my Switch. Like it would email me every time the instant the Switch.
You had it linked to every retailer. Yeah.
Instant, and that's how I was able to buy it.
I have done that before. I have done that before too.
But that's my thing.
I refuse to pay. $500 for my Switch. I got that thing at retail price. $300.
But okay, Montrell's example actually is much better than the one I was giving, right? Like say that you want, like say they release this and you only had 4 weeks to buy it digitally, right? And you couldn't buy a Switch to buy it, and you can't find it physically anywhere because it sells out within literally a day, and you're not a degenerate who's F5ing Walmart's fucking webpage, and you can't get a Switch. You can't get your hands on a Switch until after the period of this game being available. That feels really unfair. Like, it's just like, I don't know.
Charge it to the game.
Charge it to the game.
That's what she goes say.
I don't.
The game is the game. Yeah.
Hey, look. At least she acknowledged that it is psychological what they're doing.
Yeah,
the tactics here is psychological.
Like I do, but I'm just saying, like, but that's just part of the game.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, point being, everybody, if you want this collection, fucking buy it day one because you're not going to be able to find it physically, and make sure you get it before March 31st. I guess I'm just feeding into Nintendo's strategy right now by telling people to do this. Fuck me. Never mind. Don't buy this game. Don't fucking support this shit. This is garbage. Fuck these games. You can play on emulators. They're free. Fuck Nintendo.
You throwing shit in the background.
Yeah, they're gonna fucking come burn my house down because I'm telling people to go get emulators. Come get me, Nintendo. Come fucking get me. All right, motherfuckers.
You are mad. You're mad.
Oh, I'm so
right
mad.
now.
I hate this company sometimes. They drive me so crazy with their bullshit. Like, it's just only they would think of this. Like, that's what my problem is. Like, we talk about EA and how greedy they are, Activision and their fucking microtransactions, right? They didn't even think of this. It's Nintendo. Like, Nintendo did it.
The behind the scenes. The real corporate, those movies in the say, and you say like the show villain versus the real villain. It's like the show villain Activision, and the real villain Nintendo.
It is that. We're at that point. I mean, just go look at Fire Emblem Heroes. Like, that's all you need to know. All right, we're done with the news. You guys have anything you want to talk about before we go today?
No, man. That's. I
think we had a good episode.
I already told you what I think they're
gonna
want to
talk about anything?
Nope.
Okay.
I already know what they're gonna do to Xenoblade Chronicles, man. So
fuck you. No. Go fuck yourself. Monolith Soft is a sweet, innocent, virtuous development studio. Do not taint them. Do not taint their virtue.
They about to get turned out. Nintendo about to turn them out.
I fucking hate you.
You see this shit? This is crazy. This is their mascot. Imagine what they're gonna do with the Xenoblade. This is their number one mascot. Like Mario's
That's the reason
precious.
they're doing it, though. I think Xenoblade's safe for now. It's not a big enough franchise for them to do this yet. So
all right. That's all.
Imagine though they announced Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and they're like, oh, it's only going to be available for 2 months.
They're going to do that. I guarantee. I think this is going to be their like release theme for now. Their
strategy. They're going to do this for all their games. Yeah. Well, no, I doubt that. That would be crazy. But we'll see. It depends on how well this works. This game's going to sell like hotcakes. No question about that. So, all right, guys, we're going to call it there. This has been a fun episode. So, if you've liked the episode, please like the episode, review the episode, or review the show. Subscribe to the show on whatever feed you're listening to it on, and please share it with your friends. If you'd like to interact with any of us on Twitter, you can do so at iTrap4the for Montrell. That is the number 4, not the word. Tiara is at Victorian Jedi. I'm at ThunderNut01. The show is at The Player's Take. If you'd like to send us a question, you can do so on Twitter, or you can send us an email to theplayerstake01@gmail.com. That's it. Next week, maybe we'll have a PlayStation reveal. Maybe we'll have a Nintendo Direct. I don't fucking know. We'll see. Maybe we'll have nothing. I don't know. We'll find out. So hope you guys enjoyed this one, and we'll see you on the next one. All right. Bye. Fuck Nintendo.